Ohayou gozaimasu, Ryota desu. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Ya, jadi malam ini aku bakal main Tiny Bunny lagi. Buat yang nggak tahu, Tiny Bunny ini game yang waktu itu pernah aku mainin. Jadi waktu itu cuma ini ya doang sih, apa namanya? eh Kayak semacam demo. So it's like around 45 minutes I guess. Gamenya pas itu yang intronya cuma 45 menitan. Dan ini full versionnya. Kita bakal mainin ini buat lanjutin part 2. Jadi pas waktu kemarin kita sampai ke bagian ketika si karakter utama ini masuk ke sekolah ya. Udah mulai masuk gitu hari pertama di sekolah barunya. Dan tentunya kemarin itu sampai ketika si pemeran utama ini dibully sama teman-teman barunya di sekolah baru itu tadi. Dan ya, kita ketemu seorang cewek yang cakep banget. She's really cute. Mungkin kalau misalnya kalian bentar aku ganti deh ininya apa. Nah, yang ada di thumbnailnya baru aku ganti. Jadi kalau nggak tahu kalau misalnya kalian udah lihat atau belum, ya yang ada di thumbnail itu cewek yang baru ditemuin kemarin. Jadi kemarin itu aku berhentiin part 1 itu pas banget di bagian kita pertama kali berinteraksi sama si cewek itu. Dan ya, mungkin kalau kalian bingung kenapa malam ini nggak ada PNG, nggak ada live 2D, karena aku pengen kalian bisa ngelihat teksnya juga, jadi nggak keganggu sama mukaku yang jelek. Yang ngeselin itu biasanya kalau kalian sering nonton aku streaming. Ya, aku biasanya uh, mencungul gitu di pojokan dengan muka ngeselin. Jadi ya, malam ini tidak ada Ryota yang ngeselin, jadi kalian bisa nikmatin ceritanya juga. Oke, let's not take some time. Oke, kita masuk ke bagian ini ya. Oke, let's start the game. Hah? What? Kok nggak bisa di-load? Hah? Ah, oke. Can we load this one? Yes. Hah? What the fuck? Oh my god, please don't tell me my game just broke. Gak bisa nge-load yang kemarin ku save loh. Tuh, Yuko Tocho tomate. Oh my god, my game just broke. Yo, I paid money for this. Come on, man. Holy shit. Gak bisa di-load loh save-saveanku. Oh my god, okay. Okay. Okay, what the fuck, dude? Yo, this is not funny, man. Oh my god. Yeah, I think the game just bugged. Ya, ya, ya. Ini gamenya game dari indie. Jadi kayaknya mungkin ini masih ini kan. Oh, mereka pakai Ren'Py loh. Aku bisa ngelihat semua sistemnya di sini. Mereka pakai Ren'Py. Yang nggak tahu Ren'Py itu aplikasi yang dipakai buat bikin visual novel. Eh, so ya, yeah. Itu aplikasinya free. Tapi mereka udah bisa bikin kayak gini tuh keren banget sih udah. Oke, kita coba lagi start lagi gamenya. Oh my god, what is happening? Please let me play. Oke, load. Oh my god, it's broken. Why? Gue ngeload tiba-tiba balik lagi ke situ gitu loh. Please don't tell me I have to do it all again. Oh my god, ntar local file. Oke, kita ke sini dulu ya guys ya. Oh my god, sumpah deh, please jangan jangan bikin gua ngulang lagi bagian-bagian yang itu masalahnya gua nge-save-nya jauh banget dan posisinya tepat gua nge-save itu di episode 2. Jadi kayaknya emang apa lagi ngebug di situ gitu. Oh shit man. Oh my god man. Come on. Ah shit dude. Tuh kan beneran ada. Oke. Okay. It should be fixed now, okay? Let's try. Oke, okay, harusnya udah bener harusnya. Harusnya ya. Oke. Okay. Wait, Windows dulu biar aku bisa ngelihat. Oke. Okay. Udah ya? Oke, okay, sip. Load. Why? Oh my god. It's broken. Help me. Oh my god. Ah, shit. The game just broke down, dude. Oh, man, if this doesn't work, I will just change the game, you know? I'm pretty sad actually. Kita coba ngeload dari bagian yang bawah ya. Semoga bisa. Fuck. Oke, kelihatan gak ini di stream gue ya? Oke, kita coba lagi ya, kita load tapi bagian yang dibully ini. Oh my god, it just doesn't work. What the actual fuck? Oh my god. Dude, I'm so fucking mad. Holy shit. Oke, kita sepertinya nggak punya pilihan lain ya selain kita harus masuk dari percabangan sebelumnya. Jadi kita bakal ngulang agak lumayan jauh. Nah, tapi kita nggak bakal baca semuanya, jadi kita langsung lompat-lompat aja langsung ke tempat bagian kita yang seharusnya tadi kita terusin dari situ ya. Oh my god, fuck me. God, I'm so fucking mad. What the fuck, dude? Mungkin pas itu kalau nggak salah ada update buat game ini. Dan aku sempat nemu beberapa typo di teksnya dan ada beberapa scene yang agak aneh gitu. Jadi mungkin kayaknya karena kita save-saveannya ini dari versi yang sebelumnya. Jadi ketika kita coba ngeload itu ada beberapa file yang kayak berubah gitu dan nggak sesuai gitu. Makanya ada sedikit error dan akhirnya gamenya bingung gitu. Oh ini perasaan kemarin kayak gini, terus tiba-tiba dia ngeload tapi file yang sekarang itu kayak gini gitu kan. Jadi kayak error dan aku harus ngulang lagi dari bagian yang emang nggak ada kesalahan gitu loh. Harusnya dari sini aman sih, ini kan ya. So like,
Дикий. Ну, я...
yeah.
Я... Ты думай... Ну, мне бы... Так, да. Ну... Да, но я... Я пос...
Антоха!
Oke, going in. Terus mulai ini baca. Ya, terus gilut,
Мне...
ngulang, enggak.
Чего мямли?
Петров.
Kita bakal lewatin aja yang udah kita baca.
Только... А подожди. Куда он?
Я... Там...
Ладно, а что будешь... Вот тема.
Я сети...
Я ничего...
Все...
Terus kita pukul kan ini ntar. Oke. Save. Here. Yes. Kita pukul dia.
Слушай,
Terus kita Oke, kita pukul.
Стоп!
Теперь...
привет.
Oke, the girl. Yes. Shinemi ni Ohayo. Ohayo. Okay, at first my eyes stumbled upon the black violin case. Then I noticed a girl from my class was holding it. Sheesh! Alright, let's save this. Yes. Okay. And I was sneaking glances at her myself. Sometimes it just feels nice to look at something pretty. The spring, the sky, or a girl that's not in the crowd that laughs at Semyon jokes. Pagita, hello Yan, welcome to the stream, selamat pagi. And she wasn't whispering the dirty laundry of other people to Katya. She spent all the breaks just like me, staying in the classroom or looking in the window or drawing something in her green notebook.
Здравствуй.
Ah, Strastia. I turned red and pretended I was studying the pattern on the wooden floor.
Круто ты ему врезал.
It was cool the way you hit him. Let's go.
Это вышло случайно. Почти.
I started shoving books in my backpack to at least put something in my hands.
Вроде Семен
Tak,
раньше
minta masukan
таким не
boleh. Ah, boleh. Kenapa? Semyon wasn't like that before, okay?
Он к нам недавно перевелся. Бабушка мне его по секрету сказала, что он словно взбесился.
Men, suaranya enak banget.
Семена даже старшеклассники побаиваются. Представляешь? А ты вот молодец. Не струсил.
Oh my god, that art. Style artnya itu bener-bener enak dilihat dan desain dari cewek ini simple. Dan apa ya? Poni belahnya, poni belah samping ini. Apa ya? Dulu aku sempat agak ngerasa aneh sama kayak rambut-rambut yang kayak expose-nya gede banget gitu, kayak aku personally aku suka rambut panjang. Dan TBH poni depan itu enak gitu loh, kayak apa ya? Aku ngerasa nyaman dengan poni depan gitu, kayak aku nggak perlu apa terbuka gitu loh, rasanya lebih tertutup gitu, lebih kayak orang pakai jaket lah istilahnya ya. Tapi ketika semakin kesini aku ngelihat desain-desain yang kayak ngasih lihat dahi, terus ngasih lihat lekuk wajah, itu justru lebih kelihatan anggun karena memang apa ya, dia memperlihatkan kecantikan dari karakternya gitu loh. So it's really good to see this kind of simple art style, a simple design. Jadi kayak bener-bener artnya simple gitu. Mungkin kamu kalau kalian suka Komi-san, Komi-san wa Kyomusho desu, itu anime yang baru tamat musim lalu. Dia punya desain yang simple juga, yaitu belah samping. dan diurai ke bagian samping lainnya gitu kan. Dan mungkin itu salah satu alasan kenapa aku suka nonton Komi, karena apa ya, desainnya itu simple banget dan work gitu loh, anggunnya kerasa gitu. Makanya this kind of design is actually very nice. I mumbled in reply. Yeah, right, me, brave. A hero that has been standing around in the hallway to avoid beating. The girl looked at me with her class attentive eyes.
А ты за рекой живешь? В том деревянном доме?
Ну да.
Там, наверное, страшно. Да еще через лес идти. Я бы так не смогла.
I shivered at the mention of the forest. I thought of intertwining branches of a snake-like trail, of endless darkness that spread like mold among the crooked trees. So I stared up-eyed.
Да не так уж там и страшно. А что тебя так пугает?
She smiled after a brief pause, as if brushing off a daydream.
Да так. Ничего. Меня, кстати, Полина зовут.
Polina! Polina, oke. Bingung ngomongnya gimana, nggak jadi tah lah, gimana sih?
А меня Антон.
Ну, это я знаю. Слушай, Антон,
She stumbled as if trying to decide whether she should continue. Let's save it again, just to be safe, you know? I'm scared.
а что ты делаешь после школы?
My chest felt prickly after her innocent question, yet somehow it felt pleasant.
Ничего такого.
I stumbled and didn't finish my sentence. Alyssa predated a smile flashed in front of my eyes. Her playful eyes in the slits of the mask were probably just a product of my imagination, though. What if that fox girl is waiting for me after the school? Or was it another of her weird jokes? I wonder if she's hiding a big red tail under her coat. I suddenly got covered with pipets of sweat like after PE class. I wanted to take a shower, as if just thinking of the foxy girl made me dirty, so my clothes lured me into the forest's embrace. Intinya ini kan, gue mulai kerjaan capek ya, lah pulang-pulang malah
У меня сейчас
diketawain dia,
занятие,
enaknya gimana tuh?
скрипка. А потом я свободна.
Diketawain siapa?
Дедушка мне репетитора нанял.
A violin class. Classy.
Наш учитель музыки, он же скрипач. А здесь, в поселке, ему некому преподавать. Только
She waved her free hand in the air, imitating the movement of a bow in a violin string. I could almost hear the music. It chased Alyssa out of my head. I looked at Paulina's lips, catching her every word, and was frozen for the unusual sensations. Oh yeah, the lips. They were warm, soothing, and tingly. It felt like I was very small and the feelings were immense and they couldn't fit inside me.
Тут говорят, что у нас в поселке маньяк завелся. Раньше со школы меня всегда дедушка забирал, но в последнее время ему не здоровится.
Nah, gue juga bingung gak ada orang tapi ketawa berkali-kali suara cewek lagi. Hah? Wow, serem juga tuh. Ya, ini aja. Apa namanya? Tidur aja. Kalau misalnya lu tambah bingung-bingungin malah dia seneng tuh ntar. Ah, nih nattoku. Mecha kirei da kara ne, kamigata toka. I snuck at glance at Fova's photo. His eyeballs were sighting me, his legs were wearing black lipstick, just like the portrait on the gravestone.
Ты не подумай, я не трусишка, просто мне кажется, что с тобой будет безопаснее. Антон, ты сможешь проводить меня до дома?
Oi, いきなりプロポーズかよ。ちょっと待ってよ。心の準備が。There it was. Finally, everything that I read about the adventure books, everything that I dreamt about was seeping into my life. A mysterious crime, a beautiful stranger, and a heroic duel. A duel. Thinking of Simon instantly sobered me up. returned me back to earth, and it started shaking under my feet like a deck of ship. If only I could rise to the occasion in front of Paulina. Because no matter how brave I was trying to act, it was obvious for both of us that I wouldn't be able to stand a chance against a big guy like that. And him knocking me out wouldn't even be able to worst of it. The worst part is that Paulina will see all of that. And she'll laugh at me like everybody else. No, I don't need anybody to see me in such a shameful state.
Сегодня вряд ли получится. Ты же знаешь, Семен, скорее всего, караулит на школьном дворе. Лучше мне с ним разобраться лично, по-мужски.
Глупости какие.
Paulina brushed off some of her forehead and I sensed a weak aroma of blackberry. Blackberry. Paulina was like water when you were thirsty. You gulped it down and still wanted more. I remembered the summer evenings at the country house, the fire sprinkled smoke, the berries hanging over our fences from the neighbors, and a soft cover of pine needles under my soles. Those few peaceful days when I felt completely safe. My mom resting in the hammock, my dad putting meat on a skewer. Could have I foreseen the upcoming catastrophe in the crackle of the coals, in our parents' laughs, in the smell of the fleeting July? Could I have seen how fragile that world was?
Думаешь, этот дикарь будет честно драться? Со своими дружками набросятся всем скопом, опомниться даже не дадут. Но если мы пойдем вместе, это их ошарашит. Я же не только первая скрипка на деревне, я ведь еще и девочка. Слышала от знакомого хулигана, что он никогда не нападает на кого-то в присутствии девушки. Представляешь, у них кодекс чести такой.
The Lincoln, you know, I thought. I worried. Is he better than me? Taller? More handsome?
Ой, мне на музыку пора.
She made a couple of steps and stopped. Amazing. Paulina didn't look like those beauties from the magazine posters and the extras from the movies. But in the flickering light of the ceiling lamp, she looked much alluring.
А ты играешь на чем-нибудь?
My parents bought me a guitar a couple years ago. I immediately remembered my major attempts at making music. AM, EM, change. We're all waiting for change. Tsoi songs echoed my... Tsoi? Oke, Tsoi. Kita lihat Tsoi itu apa. Tsoi. Game-game kayak gini yang bikin aku apa? Banyak pengetahuan tambahan. Victor Tsoi, oke, Soviet Russian singer and songwriter. Oke, Victor Tsoi ini dia seorang pemusik dari Rusia ya, berarti ya. Kelahiran Juni 21, 1962. Damn. Halo Rizka, welcome to the stream. Selamat pagi. That guitar got lost somewhere, as if refusing to move to the old house near the forest. I think my parents gave it away to someone that needed it more.
Увы, не играю.
Жалко. Ну ладно, я побежала.
Pagi juga semuanya. Selamat pagi buat semuanya juga tuh dari Shizuka. Kakak. Oke, aku numpang seperti biasa. Oke, selamat tidur. Ini jatuhnya kayak baca cerita ya. Her shout was captured by the loud echo. Her shoes also echoed through the school hallways. Punten Ryota, halo sekali Audison, welcome to the stream, selamat pagi. Oh, kamu dari ini ya, dari live streamnya Kenma tadi ya. Dia end stream gara-gara internetnya agak kacau tadi. First Media kayaknya, First Media hari ini lagi kacau soalnya. I wasn't sure if Paulina heard me. I looked out the window again. The schoolyard was empty, just a couple of grade schoolers throwing snowballs at each other. Nobody who looked like the hulking Sandman with his cronies. This was giving me hope. What should I do? Paulina could become my friend, the first one on this new place. And besides, she may be in real danger of meeting a killer and I'll be her defender, her knight. And even though my inner voice was hesitant and whispered about running away from the killers lurking in the woods at night, Paulina was worth the risk. But the Red Cunning Force was also intriguing. She promised me to look for Vova, and this will bring me a reward. More money will almost guarantee peace in my family. Gifts for Olya. I imagine my sister happy like those girls who get prizes from Supernav in the finest hour. Nisa, Yuga Altair, welcome to the stream. Yuga-chan, konbanwaじゃねえね。Ohayo. Welcome to the stream. Good morning. She'll be dancing with the famous singers, maybe a new popular boys band like blah blah blah. Mom and Dad hugging in the Ostakino Pavilion, and then all of us going to Disneyland. Oh my god, yo, what is this harem choice? What the fuck? Okay, let's save this here. Oke, mari berpikir sejenak. Kita punya dua pilihan. Kita bisa pergi dan nemenin Polina pulang, atau kita bisa pergi dan ngejemput si Alisa. Masalahnya gini ya. Ketika kita milih Alisa, ada kemungkinan kita bakal langsung terhubung dengan apa yang terjadi di kota ini gitu kan. Di kota ini itu ada sedikit rumor bahwa ada pembunuh berantai yang sedang lepas gitu kan, berkeliaran. Dan Alisa ini mungkin mengetahui hal tersebut gitu loh. Jadi kita bisa mendapatkan informasi tentang hal tersebut gitu. Dan Polina sendiri nih dia lebih ke apa ya? Dia lebih menjurus ke self satisfy buat diri karakter utama sendiri, si Anton. Jadi kalau misalnya kita milih Polina, anggap aja kita lebih mementingkan diri sendiri daripada keluarga kita. Sedangkan ketika kita milih Alisa, kita lebih mementingkan keluarga daripada diri kita sendiri. Karena tujuan utama kita ngikutin Alisa itu mendapatkan informasi tentang orang-orang yang hilang. Dan ketika kita tahu orang-orang yang hilang itu gimana informasinya, dan kita bisa membantu polisi buat menemukan pelakunya, kemungkinan besar kita bisa dapat hadiah. Dan keluarga kita yang istilahnya lagi broken home gitu kan, kita lagi broken home, keluarga kita bisa bersatu lagi gitu kan. Tapi untuk ketika kita milih Polina, kita nggak ngambil resiko buat mengikuti Alisa tadi, dan malah lebih memuaskan nafsu kita sendiri gitu loh. So I save my game right here. Tepat banget di posisi ini. Jadi kita bisa kembali lagi ke sini buat milih salah satu di antara dua ini. Tapi untuk sekarang pilihan yang paling benar menurutku itu ngikutin si Alisa. After closing my backpack, I run down the stairs. I scan my surroundings through the window in the main hall. Nobody suspicious in the side. The school doors creaked. The sound was similar to the music from a thriller, the high note that comes before an intense scene. I ran around the school corner, trying not to catch anyone's attention. The smell of pastry and burnt sugar wafted from the school cafeteria. I froze when I saw a silhouette in the second floor window. It must be Polina, gliding a bow on a violin strings with her head slightly tilted to the side. I wish I could hear the melody she played, but Polina was only a dark outline of the window's yellow sheet. I dragged my feet forward. The net on the football goal in the yard fluttered in the wind. Ada orang di belakang, siapa itu? The same wind that hurled small white whirlwinds through the field. Somewhere nearby, an invisible tractor was humming, scaring away the crowd of cawing birds. The hum of its engine sounded like the howls of hungry beasts that chased me through the snowy desert. I mean desert. Desert or dessert? Dessert, I think. Dessert is like the food, right? Dessert itu makanan. Dessert itu kayak semacam pematang gitu ya. Alisa and her scary mask also come to mind. Right now, in the light of day, it was really hard to believe she was real. What did she say back then? At the backyard near the hangman. What did she mean by that? I used syringe among the cigarette butts. I have somebody just needed an insulin shot. Oh, ada yang ini nih. Ada yang pakai suntikan tadi. I looked at the wall. There was a hangman drawn underneath, like oh wait, what? Wait a minute. What the fuck was that? Oke, bentar. Aku tadi ngeliat sesuatu di sana. Kita bisa ngomong sama ini. Oke. Excuse me. Oh, langsung lari ya. The silhouette turned around the corner and walked deeper into the dead end. It was an adult, a teacher maybe. Nemu, ya ma, nemu ya lah, nenasayo. Oke, dia kabur ya. Oke. I looked at the wall. There was a hangman drawn onto the thin black line of resin. Someone played hangman here. Something was scribbled on both sides of the man. Escape, fear, and truth.
Ближе, мой сладкий.
It took me a while to realize where the sound was coming from. My eyes strolled through the cul-de-sac at the school backyard, through the windows and snow. One of snow piles started trembling like a volcano before it erupts.
Оставь свое сердце!
Give me your heart, okay? In the blink of an eye, the white crust crumbled and a fox jumped at me. She made a gracious bow, enjoying the effect her appearance had on me. The silver of snow shined on her coat. I couldn't even imagine that thinking about girls with tails can be this. I don't know what to compare it to. Something infectious, toxically sweet.
Отпор не дал, сердце потерял.
She giggled so enthusiastically that it forced me to smile.
Да ну тебя!
I quickly rolled a ball of snow and threw it at Alisa. She tried to dodge, but it was too late. A hit to the shoulder.
Ох ты ж! Гадкий мальчишка!
Да, вот такой я!
The fox slowly backed down, trying to arm herself.
Ты хитер, да мы хитрей. Ловок ты, да мы ловчей. Ха!
Her retribution was swift. A snowball arced its way above the snowyard and the reference flying in the air. I wanted to duck but slipped and fell to my knees, and while I was getting I got a hooked chunk of snow with my face. It burned up from the cold. God damn it! I soared loudly from immense disappointment.
Блять!
Bliat! Bliat! Kasar, bliat, bliat. Using the words I heard in Sektor Gazas. Oke, kita lihat ya. Sektor Gazas itu apa? Oh, Sektor Gaza was a Russian punk rock band. Oh, band rock Sektor Gaza. Okay, I see. If Dad heard this, he would definitely give me a good whipping. He had very low tolerance toward obscene words and always communicated in clean Russian.
Да ладно тебе. Не больно же совсем.
She brushed off my hurts as if to show compassion, took me by the elbow and helped me get up. With care uncharacteristic for a child, she took off my glasses, played away the snowflakes that were stuck to them, and handed them back. Anjay, cewek ini agresif sekali, guys.
Вот так. 1-1, Тоша.
Only people who were close to me called me Dad. And I haven't even seen her real face, didn't know her last name, what class she was from, and if she had a real tail under her coat.
Желаешь отыграться?
Мы хотели поискать Вову, помнишь? Лучше поторопиться, а то меня родители станут искать.
The fox let out a lazy yawn.
Родители. Как скучно. Да не будь ты таким занудой. Давай чуть-чуть поиграем. Все равно тебе дома тоскливо.
А ты откуда знаешь?
Тоже мне тайна. Со взрослыми да в 4 стенах. Так у меня от стены взрослых нервный тик. Вот.
Her furry fox brows started twitching. I faked a laugh in reply, unsure whether being able to move parts of her mask like that was genuinely funny or not.
Ну же, Тоша, решайся. Я же вижу, ты хочешь поиграть. Если победишь...
The fox girl got dangerously close to me and stood on her tiptoes, almost touching my face with her rough little nose. Playful fire danced deep in her eyes. She smelled nice, like berries in saccharine. Ooh! Let's go. Agresif banget sumpah ceweknya. Is this a smell of independence and true freedom? I mean, the kind where you all have to do in your life is run wild and eat sweets. Her whisper poured into my ear like scalding hot water.
Если победишь, буду твоим провожатым. Поверь, мне есть что тебе показать. Найдем твоего Вову.
I felt as if a giant invisible spring bent inside me. My tummy hurt, but the sensation was somehow not exactly unpleasant. It was so weird. I just had a conversation with Paulina and now Alisa was going to drag me along with her.
А если проиграю?
Душу из тебя выцарапаю, неженка! Давай, скорей!
Bye. She burst out laughing, whipped the hem of her coat, and ran toward the road we used to come to school in the morning. Her promise, that sounded almost like a threat, hypnotized me. I bent down and scooped up some snow. I always had a device that could tell whether Alisa was joking or being serious. Or is there always a third option with people like her? Between her jokes, her laughter, and her whole breath in my ear, I wanted to win. To punish her for the lightness and freedom she possessed that was clearly too much for an average girl. When I, on the other hand, was possessed, or rather intoxicated by the thirst for adventure, by my curiosity. Just like that time when I had the cherries from my mom's Nalivka and lied down with my eyes closed while the bed was spinning underneath me. I spat, then cleaned my lips. Do you want to play, little sister fox? Well then, let's play. I armed myself with a snowball and chased the fleeing fox girl. Ooh, the animation though, let's go! I saw a familiar street with the wooden posts that didn't look scary anymore. There were just logs covered in snow. If I were to shout now, the guard dogs would start barking and their owners would peek out of their windows. Alisa's small silhouette was smirking me from far away, so it was useless to try hitting her with a snowball for now. Waste of ammunition. Birches, mutilated by the cold, peeked out of the field along the clear road. A giant snow pile towered near one of the trees. This was probably the place where the tractor brought all the snow from the village. A whole family of foxes would fit in such a pile. No, I thought, she's the only fox around here. She alone is already too much. My second morning acquaintance was running around near the edge of the forest, the stray dog with a mangy tail. She sniffed around and marked naked berry bushes and ran towards the other ones. Alisa showed from under the hill.
Жулька! За мной, девочка!
The dog's ears perked up and barked in agreement and followed her lead. We ran further and further, exchanging snowballs, laughing and stumbling. The winter forest towered in front of us, reaching for the low clouds. We were at the edge of its shadows, bony and almost. The fox hid behind a huge pine, clearly trying to get close to me and shove some snow down my collar. It was a good plan, but Julka, who was running circles around her, gave her away. I broke off a dry branch and decided to act even trickier. I put my hat on it and peeked out from the side of the pine. I'll make her think that it's my head. I bit my lip to stop myself from laughing, then jumped out from the other side and performed a point-blank throw. Alisa probably cracked my plan right away, but still let me win 3-1. I was wounded in the leg and she got shot in the chest and into the stomach, losing imaginary blood in front of my eyes. Pleading for mercy while also choking from laughter.
Молюсь, жалься! Помираю!
Да все, живи!
Спасибо, добрый рыцарь!
She pretended to bow to me, then grabbed two full handfuls of snow and like dying warrior threw them away in last-ditch effort. I dodged her attack easily, laughing uncontrollably and being mad at the same time. I finished her with 2 precise shots.
Живи! Научил бы меня жить, раз умный такой.
Молчи, ты умерла уже!
Тоже мне помеха. Давай сыграем в кое-что поинтереснее.
She tossed behind the trees after blowing snow in my direction.
Раз, два, прилети, сова. 3, 4, 5. Время поиграть.
I hesitantly moved toward the windfall.
6, да, 6. Дыбом волчья шерсть.
I thought I was a real tail gliding across the bushes. I rushed to the intertwined branches that held Alisa to hide as if something was pulling me there. I had to move them, tear them off like a spider web. Branches sprang back in my face, but it felt like they were caressing my cheeks and not hitting them. I was sweating, but still had a lot of stamina left. I'll make sure to catch you, little fox. Alice's voice was wandering among the windfall.
7, 8. Бьем копытом озимь. А я тебя недооценила. Думала, ты просто мальчик.
Confident that she was behind the dry pine, I rushed to intercept her. But the local acoustic tricked me. Her voice was already echoing from the other side.
А ты зайчик! Шустренький, хорошенький!
A snowball flew at me from the shadows, whistling near my ear.
Я тебе дам, зайчик!
Дай мне зайчика, дай!
A bright fox fur coat flashed near a rotten stump. I rushed her, jumping over a ravine.
Зайчик, выходи скорей! Мясом накорми зверей!
This furry color that flashed from every tree was the most important thing in the world for me. My lips started trembling as if I was a cowboy that was chasing his prey. One jump and the fox was in my embrace, so smooth and desirable.
Ой, все, ты победил!
She leaned against the grassy bark and started puffing.
Пожалуйста, давай немного отдохнем. Ты слишком быстрый, слишком сильный, лакомый, слишком.
Satisfied, I put my hands on my sides, waiting for the spoils of war from the defeated girl. But what I got instead was a sliced snowball in my smug face. The cunning fox ran away, roaring with laughter, but I wasn't even mad about it. I needed to catch up to Alyssa and to tackle and subdue her, tear her off and see everything.
Бедный зайчик прыгает возле мокрых сосен. Страшно в лапы волку серому попасть. Думает о лете, прижимает уши. На небо косится, небо не видать.
The sky really did disappear under the trees. I moved using the barking of Sulka as a guide, since she was closely following her owner, and I was getting closer, and the same trail I imagined back at school blinked under my feet. It turned out that running like there's no tomorrow was so easy. Faster, higher, and faster. I felt like there was a smell of untapped potential inside me and I drove from it. My muscles were buzzing, my lungs felt bigger, and I felt much stronger overall. Even my vision became sharper. I saw every icy branch, every dent in the bark. Something colorful was lying near the bushes, a piece of clothing. Another colorful spot to the right. Alyssa was losing her clothes on the run, like shedding her skin. I also used my teeth to take off my mittens, excited by all that. I get naked and feel all the way into the last drop. Faster. I reach out to take off my hat to throw away everything that stopped me from running wild in this endless forest. The backpack slowed me down, so I threw it in the snow along with all the pens that were inside, with all the notebooks, all of my drawings on the slab, and a nuzzle for Olia. Olia. Suddenly, a clear picture appeared in my mind. My sister, standing still near a window, basking in the dusking sun. Her small, childish palms are pressed to the glass, leaving marks when they warm it up. She could warm up the whole world like that. She's looking at the taiga and saying my name.
Тоша!
God! Oh my god, I love my sister. Okay. I stopped, took a deep breath, and realized how rushed and stupid I was, trying to undress in the middle of the forest while chasing a fox. I returned to get my backpack as if it was part of my being I dropped. I remembered again how my sister didn't like to be left alone, how she asked me to come home faster. What kind of brother am I? Running from the force that I used to scare my sister with. I'm having fun while she's not even allowed over the doorstep, sitting in your cage, Olia, and watch the same cartoons over and over.
Тоша!
Да, Оленька.
Тоша, а куда? Куда так скачешь, чмошник?
Where are you hoping to fuck her? From the darkness behind the spine, just like a caveman from the cave, appeared smacking Semyon with a bunch of his cronies.
Ну, здорово, Антошка. Хе-хе, не вышло сдрыснуть, да? Очкарик в жопе Сарикна.
Giginya lepas dua dong di depan. They surrounded me like a carnivorous pride, making me step back. The smell of sweat and tobacco attacked my nostrils. The inside of my mouth felt salty as if it leaked a battery.
Алиса!
The name of my companion turned into a stiff and stuck cough. Pines were swaying back and forth like solemn guardians. I was frantically looking everywhere. I dreamed of finding that fox among the trees, expected her to come to my rescue. but only the wind replied to my pleas.
Где Алиса? Что вы с ней сделали?
I shuddered after hearing my own voice. It sounded unnatural, rough, and scary.
Какая еще Алиса? У тебя чё, кукуха поехала? Не ссы, ща вмиг вылечим.
The fatso spit through the gap in his teeth and pushed me so hard that I hit my back against a tree.
Ну как, полегчало?
It can't be. Did Alyssa really lure me into this trap? These bastards. No, I can't believe this.
Глядите-ка, пацаны, а здесь он не такой борзый, как в школе.
Ага, вылитый терпиловна. Ты, сука, приезжая, не на того руку поднял.
Kok nggak ada muka Ryota? Iya, biar kalian bisa ngelihat teksnya dan bisa ngelihat artnya lebih jelas. Semyon was moving toward me, readying his face. Oh, Alisa, let's go! In that moment, the other delinquent in track pants made a loud whistle, and the hulking boy lowered his hand. It was unexpected. Seems like Babrin was the leader of this gang. In reality, they were all listening to the boy who was looking like a small carnivore with very strong and sharp teeth. Probably decided to have some fun at my expense first.
Слышь, Гондон Батькович, это что ли твоя Алиса?
Only then I noticed Zulka beside my legs, trembling from the cold, snow plastered all over its fur. The delinquent squatted in front of the dog and beckoned with his hand.
Ой ты, батюшки. Алиса, ко мне, сучка блохастая.
Udah bersedia juga dong Rio. Waduh, gak bisa, cuma bisa suka beliat doang gua. Oh siap. Sumpah kalau ini anjing sampai diapa-apain sama mereka, si Alisa bakal keluar sih. The dog's ears perked up and she started carefully moving closer.
Иди сюда. Иди, дам кое-чего.
Damn. The dog didn't even have a chance to sniff him when his animal abuser caught it by the ear and kicked it right under the tail so hard it flew off the snow pile, squealing. The whole gang burst out laughing and my heart got encrusted in ice. Even the birds that were perched up the trees turned out like frightened cows. At the edge of a vision, I saw something flash in the illustrated twilight of the sleeping forest. Or were that just bushes moving their icy branches in the wind?
Робка, она ж больше срать не сможет. Давай теперь я. Второй раз ебану минус на минус даст плюс.
But the stray was already nowhere to be seen.
Чего ты, баран? Втолкуй его на очкарику, где его место. Только так, чтобы он понял.
Ага, дадим кофякна. Этот очкарик тебе при всем классе всек. Да без Б.
Semyon brought a sizable signet ring with some geometric shape carved in front of my face.
Ща, парашник, я тебе этой печаткой так заряжу. Клеймо на всю жизнь останется.
Where did all of my inner strength and bare free go?
Стой!
A whistle whisper left my lips, my head tilted forward, hitting Semyon's face. Red sparks flew from my eyes.
Бяша, подсоби.
Semyon gave me a rough push toward the bastard with slanting eyes and he tripped me. I felt on the sharp cross of eyes and the fatso step on my hand, preventing me from. A painful groan escaped my throat.
Слыхали, как заныл? А ты случаем не педик?
I started to lose breath from anger and resentment. The pain was growing. My ear was hot and pulsating pain was shooting through it like it was cut off and a ball of metal was sewn in its place.
Че молчишь, Антошка? Отвечай, ты педик?
At this moment, I felt pure, unbridled rage and the amalgamation of my anger. Like the sprout's ink rose up from the depths of my mind, filling all my thoughts.
Твари! Знаете, мой отец...
Кто-то педик?
This became the last straw. Fear and anger were grabbing inside me like mad dogs.
Он айкидо занимался, поняли? Он еще воевал. Таких, как вы, с закрытыми глазами убивает. Я только слово скажу, он...
Rumka lifted up his arm, stopping my turner's fly, and made a couple of steps forward. Semyon slowly backed off, giving me an opportunity to stand up. Did he believe me? Or was he confused by my face twisted with rage?
Воевал, говоришь?
Sheesh. Halo Ryoko, welcome to the stream. Selamat pagi.
Мой батя тоже воевал. В Афгане. А твой?
И мой.
Да, и в каких войсках, интересно?
I stumbled, fear choked my rage rose and made it bleed.
Да он фуфло гонит, Ромка. Бля, будуна.
Думал, меня так просто развести? Я тебя, сучонка, насквозь вижу.
There was a nasty smile on his face now. Seriously, even the villain, bahkan karakter-karakter penjahatnya itu apa ya? Mereka digambar dengan sangat bagus sampai-sampai benar-benar ngeluarin karakter mereka gitu loh. It's really good. Bahkan sampai icon di bajunya loh, di jaket parkanya ini. Itu tulisannya jelas banget loh ikonnya. Detail banget.
Ты сам себе приговор подписал.
В школе тебя училка спасла.
Hello Ryota, just came to wish you a good day and that you are well. Hey, thank you Gracia, welcome to the stream. Buenos dias. Yeah, thank you. You too, have a good day, man.
Хана тебе.
Во-во.
Te
Давай,
quiero,
Антон.
eres
Молись, чтобы твой труп по весне нашли.
Yeah, thank you. It's really, I don't know, it's really making me happy to know that someone out there or people out there just love me as a VTuber. It's really amazing. Thank you.
Сидел бы ниже травы, был бы целочкой. Жирного стукнул, одно дело.
Mulai seru, yes, it's really fun.
Сёма, ушатай-ка его.
The delinquent closed in on me again, and I ended up in front of Semyon. Blood was pumping in my temples. Branches were swaying back and forth as if whispering something, giving me hope. I grit my teeth, fighting in the thought that I looked silly and took boxing stance I often saw in the movies.
Хера ты, Майк Тайсон.
This was my first ever fight. I'll remember it for the rest of my life if I don't kick the bucket, of course. At the edge of my vision, I noticed the darkness breathe again, as if someone was walking back and forth there. I sensed Roma's claws grab my backpack.
Манатки, Антошка. Махаться мешает.
I was about to refuse, unwilling to cooperate with the bastard, but then he fished a butterfly knife out of his pocket with one smooth motion, spun it as if sewing off and put blade to my neck.
Слышь, Фрей, расслабься, а то больно будет.
I let out a cloud of steam instead of words. Damn! The animation though! Ada animasinya, like, oh! Romka pulled with all his might and my backpack ended up in his hands, calm and relaxed. An insidious smile on his face, he looked into my backpack.
Ты от нас что-то скрываешь, да? У меня в школе какая-то крыса сменку подрезала. Опачки!
Romka gave me a dubious smile.
Так, а что?
My texts and notebooks fell in the snow. He was holding my backpack in one hand and something weird in the other, it looked like a mask. Roma lifted it high as if showing to someone else, someone in the treetops in the twilight among the trees. An old bunny mask. Long, worn-out ears, barely visible to nose and whiskers, mangy fur in the sides. Where did it come from? Who put it there?
Новый год уже прошел, мудила. Или ты реально поехавший? Это не мое.
Да как не твое, В твоем портфеле лежала она.
Rumka was watching the scene unfold with an evil smile on his
А
face.
знаешь что? Надевай.
Зачем?
Надевай, говорю. Попрыгаешь перед нами, зайчик.
Давай, давай! Или без штанов домой пойдешь на.
Anything but this. What if someone from our class will pass by?
Надену.
Сёма, надень-ка на него.
Piazza rushed to his friend's side and took the worn-out mask from him in a buffoonish bow. Then he passed it to Semyon, who was already rubbing his hands in anticipation. I looked around the pine woods, as if waiting for help, as if the shadows that breathed around us would take a pity on me and take my side. Branches looked like arms twisted in unusual angles. Blackened bark was their charred skin, and the darkness was the smoke they produce. I cannot run. Would get away, they'll catch me. And then...
Только учти, Сёма, если он скакать не станет, ты сам за него поскачешь.
Oh, dia juga dibully berarti ya. Si Semyon ini.
Этот чмошник и не станет? Да погляди на него, он же дурик конченый.
Этот дурик тебе уже раз в жбан зарядил.
Ромка прав. Давай, толстый, восстанавливай авторитетно.
Или сам у нас запрыгаешь так, что Титяндра отцепится.
He must indeed be scared of Romka. Semyon swore silently and glared at me.
Вот, это чтобы маска хорошо налезла.
He heard a huge ball of spit in the inside of the plastic manifest and put it close to mine. His spit looked like a squashed spider. Romka face twisted his spine like a beast, like he wanted to tell Semyon something, but then he stood and stopped. Semyon was still close by with a disgusting smirk on his face and terrible smell coming from his mouth.
Надевай, быра! А ту урою!
The mask almost looked even more disgusting now, yet despite everything, I felt like it was a chance for salvation. It could become my second skin if only was to put it on. If only my face was to touch its bumpy surface, it surged to pure will glitter, the earth will tremble like they're alive. I just need to put it on and Semyon's strength will be gone. Forever. Okay, let's save this one. Oke, aku curiga yang naro topeng ini ke dalam tas kita itu si siapa? Alisa. Dia kayak mau ngerekrut kita buat ikut dalam circle-nya dia gitu, kayak pakai topeng. Dan kayaknya kalau aku pakai, kayaknya kita bakal diselamatin sama orang lain. Tapi kalau kita tell to fuck off, kita nyuruh mereka kayak pergi gitu kan, kita kayak stand up for ourselves gitu, kayak bener-bener menolak kejuantuan dari orang lain gitu. Dan personally aku pingin membentuk karakter Anton ini sebagai orang yang kuat gitu loh. Aku pingin Anton ini dia berjuang dengan kekuatannya sendiri dan gak terlalu berharap sama orang lain gitu kan, dan gak menerima apa ya istilahnya kelemahannya sendiri terlalu banyak gitu loh. So yeah, I will choose tell them to fuck off. Kita save dulu tadi di sini ya. Okay. For some reason, Romka's disappointment with Semyon made me feel brave. Something was wrong in their crew, some old disagreement. I should cut this old one open. I need to get into their heads, right into their skulls, their warm brains.
Знаешь что, Семен?
My own voice, smooth and determined, was a huge surprise. I stepped forward and calmly proclaimed,
Иди нахуй.
Idina hui, let's go! It felt like the whole world was paused for a second and then paused right away. Semyon poop was when Mas fell out his meaty hands. He took a while to process my words, looking stunned as if he was trying to solve difficult math problem, but the answer he got made him mad, judging by the bulging veins on his forehead.
О,
The others just observed the scene silently, waiting for the inevitable payback.
Ты труп!
His voice tore off icy crust from the nearby branches. It rained down with a melodic laugh, and then I heard whispers from the treetops, from the hole in the ground, from animal layers, as if Alisa was one in the snow place, like Prompter in his booth trying to get through to me, with no sign of fear, rather with a thing of playful rage. That's how this low hum sounded to me. I stared into the clearing between the trees. An orange spot flashed there. A fox, an absolutely regular fox, stepped out of the bushes. Blink in the bewilderment. The animal fell on its stomach and was staring back at me with its burning eyes. Its fury tail was sweeping snow left and right, rushing the white powder.
На меня смотри, падла!
I was still looking past him and the fox just smiling at me. She grinned with all her teeth while digging a hole in snow pile, moving her paws as if dancing. Her sharp face was covered in snow, her whiskers were trembling. The fox put her face to the ground, shining platters of her eyes filled with liquid silver. I returned my gaze to Swim's twisted face. He was growling something unintelligible. The fox backpedaled and disappeared into the darkness, and the forest breathed at me, whispering, "Tell the pig to shut up." Yes, let's go! I slapped my own cheek to chase away the unfamiliar voice, but the message still lingered in my substance. The hint was my chance. I stared intensely at Semyon's nose. He was almost onking from anger. I directed my words at him.
Заткнись, свинья.
Semyon looked paralyzed, as if the median Alan Chumak hypnotized him, stripped him from his will. Oke, siapa lagi Alan Chumak? Oh, Alan Chumak. Alan Chumak adalah Russian faith healer who came from the head of Gorbachev Petroska. Oh, ini ya, kayak apa semacam dukun gitu. Dia kayak jualan air yang bisa menyembuhkan gitu. Meninggal pada tahun berapa ini? 2017-an ya? Iya, umurnya 82 tahun pas dia meninggal. Ya, 2017 lalu. Di Moskow. Okay. I felt the aftertaste of Alisa's gum in my mouth. Berries. I felt like I pulled a card from some greasy deck and it turned out to be a trump. My brain was at its limit. Paulina's words about Semyon getting worse since he moved flies in front of my eyes like subtitles in a movie. All the pieces fell in place. My joker went flying into his pimply face. I was speaking slow on purpose, dragging out every syllable.
Есть у меня подозрение. Ты не просто так перевелся в новую школу. Сбежал, да? Как крыса сбежал. Потому что сверстники бывают жестокими с теми, кто не такой, как они. С теми, кто толще их, например, слабее. И ты решил издеваться над другими, как издевались над тобой.
I saw Semyon's animable twitch like it was pump action rifle getting reloaded.
Ты отыгрываешься за старые обиды. Хочешь казаться тем, кем не являешься. Но знаешь, ничего не меняется по щелчку пальца. Знаешь, кем ты был?
The forest held its breath, listening in fascination.
Знаешь, кто ты есть?
Пацаны,
Pyasa was about to come to his friend's aid, but Stromka stopped him, whipping out his controlling look. Pyasa turned around and put his hands in his pockets.
Продолжай, Тоха.
Stromka's words resorted from the row of throngs.
Знаешь, кем ты будешь всегда?
Semyon looked around helplessly.
Второе имя, настоящее имя, которое дали тебе одноклассники.
откуда?
Stromka and Pyasa looked at Semyon like he was their prey now. I even thought I saw them lick their parched lips. Jelek banget suaranya. The wind was also full of anticipation, dragging my psychiatric textbooks across the road.
Свинья!
My thunderous scream echoed through the forest. Trees and ravines enjoyed. The echo repeated over and over, doubling, even tripling it. Stromka grinned with all his teeth. Semyon's hand fell into his side. He was on the brink of crying. I used this to my advantage. Bam! Let's go! To the face! It was much stronger than the one in school. I rammed my fist into his scarred face and it produced a cracking sound. His pimply cheek danced like a jelly under my fist. Semyon let out a sigh and plumped in the icy road. Hidungnya patah sih itu pasti. He was touching the place where I hit him, still oblivious to what just happened and how did it come to this. After looking at her eyes, I was smiling. Oh, let's go! Dark Anton, boy! Hell yeah! Hell fucking yeah! Fatso returned to his sense and threw himself at me, his face twisted with anger. But I dodged his charges quite easily after the good practice I had playing with Alisa. tai ini ya. Tai anjing itu di depannya. He fell into the snow and light in the place of faces. This made him squeal in agony.
Ай, красава, Тоха! Думал, ты сосунок, а он как жердяй уделал.
Semyon started sobbing after he realized the direness of his situation.
Сука!
Suka. Arneta Evelyn, halo bang, welcome to the stream. Halo bang, aku juga jawab halo bang dong. Halo Arneta, welcome to the stream, selamat pagi. Sorry ya, ini buat yang baru datang. Kalau kalian bingung kenapa aku nggak pakai avatarku, kenapa aku nggak tampil di layar, kalau aku nggak gerak-gerak, kalau aku nggak ada PNG-nya, karena aku pengen kalian bisa ngelihat semuanya yang sedang terjadi di gamenya. Jadi ya, mungkin buat penutupan nanti aku bakal muncul di screen, tapi ya buat sekarang fokus aja ceritanya ya.
Че я бабушке теперь скажу? Она меня убьет, когда увидит.
Чего ты там скулишь? Тебя с параши не слышно.
Semyon's futile attempts at cleaning his coat caused a fit giddiness from Biasha. I also smiled, angrily twisted my lips.
Мастёвина!
А ну вставай, скачи, как зайчик. Только желательно подальше, а то от тебя уже дерьмом несет. Фу!
Идите вы все нахер!
His eyes straight out stopped on me. I didn't even have time to erase the smile from my face when Semyon looked at me like a hawk and clawed on my face with his twisted fingers with not fingernails. I threw a kick toward the layer of fat under the coat. Oh, kena ininya dong. Kena apa? Kena perutnya dong. At the same time, the world became fuzzy. The black trees and the faces of my classmates all blurred.
А чё на это скажешь, сука?
He threw up a hand and closed my glasses victoriously. Anjir. Langsung dihianatin sama temannya sendiri. I heard the familiar sound of someone being slapped around.
Не по-пацански поступаешь, гнида. А ну гони линзы назад!
Give back the Oculus now. Hell yeah. Kita dapat dua penjaga sepertinya.
Дерись по понятиям, на!
Judging from Simon's saving and growling, he didn't agree to his friend's terms.
Вы чё творите? Ой, бля! На лоха позорного меня променяли! Ой, 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 ой!
Anjir.
Да пошли вы в жопу! Тоже мне друзья!
Holy shit. A huge figure crumbling in the snow barely managed to break out from the rain of punches and run for the hills, dissolving into the twilight.
Завтра в школе тебя выцепим, хрюндель!
Anjay, kita jadi ini dong, jadi bully sekarang.
Точно, точно! За базар ответишь, на!
Горло тебе перережу, слышишь?
Romka and Biasha start throwing pieces of ice at the stream.
Свинья!
The snow rustled. Two boys, clearly out of breath, approached me. I was finally able to make out their faces
Мои
clearly.
очки.
Блять,
Romka cursed under his breath.
гондон этот стащил.
The fucker got him.
Зато мы ему всыпали одну сына. Завтра вот с таким фуфелом припрется, отвечаю.
Aku suka voice actingnya ini anak BTW, enak banget didengar. Kayak bener-bener apa ya, menjiwai karakter. Dan pas banget sama karakteristiknya, agak gembul gini kan. Terus giginya kayak An2 gitu kan. Dan apa ya, suaranya cempreng walaupun dia gendut gini. Hyenas in the Lion King would even for a laugh like that.
Ну и дела.
Oh boy.
Тоха, ты без очков хоть что-то видишь?
Немного.
A hand holding red tentacle product from the maze Romka was offering me a cigarette.
Угощайся.
I squinted, trying to make out the brand, even though I didn't know anything about cigarettes. I have tried smoking it, and I didn't want to start. Oh no! Are we gonna be a bad boy? Let's go! Aku nggak bakal nge-smoke BTW. After smoke, I said took my hand.
Спортсмен, что ли?
А ты в глаза долбишься? Не видел, как он Семёна четко вмазал?
Да базара ноль, Mortal Kombat на. Тоха, у нас Рокки Бальбоа.
Тогда уж и Ван Драга. Курим одну на двоих, гони Жигу.
Ronka pulled out a cigarette with his lips. Piasha scrambled to find a lighter inside his pockets.
Тоха, что я сказать хотел? Не держи зла, брат. Мы тебя на вшивость проверяли. А то очки эти, еще и маска.
Piasha lit a giant fleecy and Ronka smacked his lips, taking a long puff of his cigarette.
Меня, кстати, Ромка зовут.
He squeezed my hand so hard that my fingers hurt. His palms, full of dry torn blisters, implied that he wasn't putting a tracksuit for nothing.
Это вот Бяша. Ты не очкуй. Со свиньей мы лично пообщаемся.
He let out a cloud of smoke in my face, which instantly made me cough.
Ага. Пойду пока сумку соберу, а то темнеет.
I bowed to pick up my now empty backpack and look for its content, hoping that my new badges will disappear when I turn around. But they just stood here, passing a cigarette back and forth. Two small silhouettes with small light wandering between them, with the pine trunks as the backdrop. They were waiting for me to finish picking up my textbooks while whispering something to each other. Romka was the one talking most of the time, though Piasa. At the moment, I saw that old battered bunny mask from paper mask among the snow-covered notebooks. Its empty eye socket could be filled with anything, with any eyes, but this mask. It looked like it only wanted mine. Jir seram. Where did it come from and why was it in my backpack? Isinya kok kayak gitu sih bentuknya? I picked it up with utmost care as if it could bite off my finger at any moment. It was just a carnival mask with a frozen spit on the inside. Still, something felt wrong about it. Something was breathing inside it, underneath the layers of old newspapers. I could hear a thousand of tiny bodies rustle in the trembling fur. Something was trying to chew its way out. Damn! Maggots.
Готов, Тоха?
Romka's voice pulled me out in the nightmare's delusion, and I threw the mask away in horror. Somewhere I won't be able to see it anymore. Oh, ini kalau aku pakai tadi aku bakal berubah jadi monster gitu kali ya. Holy shit, bro. Oke, tadi nggak ada prom buat pilihan apakah aku bakal ngerokok atau enggak, jadi aku bakal save di sini lagi. Whether those maggots were real or just one of my delusions, I didn't care. All of this was too much for a single day. I wanted to get home as soon as possible.
Ладно, пацаны, мне пора уже. До свидания.
I held out my hand towards the two so to say goodbye. A couple of dark tin lamps trembled in front of me. They stood out without moving as if studying me.
С кедрами закорешиться решил.
Who decided to buddy up with Cedar?
Мы здесь вообще-то.
I realized that Romka's voice was coming from behind and turned around embarrassed.
Деревья хреновые, кенты.
Oh.
Ты не ссы. Мы тебя до дома доведем, а то ты как слепой котенок. Так здесь живем и сгниешь.
A cigarette butt hit against his thumb with a further spark and started sizzling in the snow near my feet. When we were leaving by the clearing, I turned around in hopes to see Elisa. Or at least some orange dot, what if? But I saw a trembling shadow that was creeping from the corner. Damn, let's go! We were going alongside in still fire road in silence. The silence felt oppressing, coupled with my lack of vision, so I spoke.
А почему тебя Бяша зовут?
The brunette kid just made a reply.
Потому что я волк в овечье из Курина.
Брешешь. Пургу гнать, это он умеет. А звать его так, потому что блеет, как овца. Все после того, как из черного гаража живым выбрался.
There's a fresh control of the spurs. He swayed. I'm sure mumbling something intelligible.
Видишь? С ним так всегда, как об этой херне заговоришь.
Ты сейчас о чем?
Ты серьезно про эту страшилку не знаешь?
Oh, what horror story do you tell me?
На черной улице,
On one pitching black street.
в черной подворотне, стоит черный-причерный гараж. И он знает о тебе все. Где ты живешь, что любишь, с кем дружишь. Наверняка слышал о пропавших детях. И это тут не первый год происходит.
Wait, aku pengen ngeliat ininya deh.
Все местные знают, кто здесь замешан.
Aku pengen ngeliat digandeng kah kita? Oh ya digandeng. The local folk knows just beyond all that.
Даже взрослые. Вообще, везет тебе? Ты вон в лесу, считай, живешь. Он к тебе так просто не сунется. Тупо сечет, что среди деревьев будет выделяться. А у нас эта хрень может где угодно поджидать. Иногда в конце переулка или возле дома. А еще идешь такой себе ночью, и тут раз! Он стоит, где совсем недавно пусто было. Дверь открыта, внутри мрак. И тут как? Ладно, ладно, проехали.
I was trying to process Rumka's story, but I couldn't figure out what to think of it. During the short time I've been in this snow-laden village, I realized one thing. A lot of people here had some sort of experience with something they couldn't explain.
Тоха, а вот скажи, нахрена вы-то сюда переехали?
Somewhere down below, the tips of my boots scoop up fog. I spoke word every seconds
У
time.
отца тут новая работа. И мама в поселке раньше жила. Давно еще при Союзе.
Здесь же нечего делать, только гнить. Ну или как Бяша, по лесам шастать. Он у нас турист. Летом целую неделю в палатке жил. Здесь, рядом. Прикинь? Хотя от мамки его звезданутой я бы сам в лес сбежал.
We kept on going, but it felt like it was the forest was sliding by. Pines were black keys, and the space between them the white ones. The thicket was plagued with old creaky melody, the melody of roots, beer caves, and forgetting taiga skits. Snowflakes flew around, creating a disturbing illusion that somebody was pondering the stories. Somebody tall, unnoticeable, ready to camouflage as a tree or a snow pile. And then, when nobody paid attention anymore, they'd just continue moving along the road. But it was just a trick of the light. There was no one there. At least, I wanted to think that. Rumka suddenly stopped and said,
Слышите?
"Hear that?"
В лесу кто-то бродит походу.
The skin under my clothes started itching and my stomach started aching. We looked the way Rumka was pointing.
Высоченный, причем с нашей скоростью идет.
There was no tall silhouettes behind the mass of pines, just shadows creeping in the semi-dark. Slow shadows, fast shadows, hungry shadows. The snow that fell silently from the branch made me shiver and bite into my lip, as if something huge lifted off the tree and flew away, maybe even towards us. Rumka picked up pen from the ground and threw it into the thicket.
Эй!
His shout recorded as if tell it sprang drum. The echo mocked Rumka, then the silence strained again.
Кто-нибудь видел?
I shook my head. The only things I could see were the vertical strokes of tree, the darkness, the snow, and the hazy silhouettes of my companions. I remembered the rough textured trunks, spunky lichen and icy bits of the bottoms of the ravines.
Пойдемте скорее, а то вечереет.
I was again grabbed by the elbows and dragged along towards the forest, towards the pointed spires of branches. The sun had finally sunk behind the green peaks. The darkness breathed and spread its shoulders and started sprinkling like smoke. It started snowing, thick, sticky flakes with flies, flowing the scent of the dead meat. My vision had become a small island away by the dark waters. I was crossed by the same worrying feeling I had in the morning. I felt that somewhere far away at the edge of my comprehension, I heard a very calm and silent flute playing. The sound was fragile like ice in March, above the dormant waters of bottomless lake. I scraped inside of my ear with my finger to get rid of that auditory hallucination. The forest was silent. I imagined a child walking in the night under the watchful eyes of
А вы
pines.
знали Вову Матюхина? Мальчика, который пропал недавно.
А разве мы не его ищем, сладкий?
Oh shit! I shuddered and stopped staring at the person who was guiding me. At Alisa and her changing false mask. The girl was gently holding my elbow.
Что ты здесь? А ведь я тебя потерял.
Потерял, потому что зазевался.
I squinted in suspicion.
И давно ты за нами идешь?
Что значит давно? Я всегда была рядом. Да и за кем? За вами.
I stunned and looked around but couldn't find Roma or Piasha. And then I felt cold finger on my ears.
Пойдем же. Мы собирались искать Вову.
What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? Without a chance to catch my breath, she started dragging me along through the forest. I was enveloped by the smell of tangerines, coffee, and firecrackers. I felt like I was a small kid again, being led into the unknown. I saw the dark silhouettes of trees ahead. The bushes hedgehogs were wary, showing us their spikes. Something rectangular appeared in a while like a small box. I became petrified. I touched the edge of my eyes, pulling back the eyelid as if trying to correct my vision. A garage made of metal rose right from the windfall. It was big, no, huge, impossible to move without special equipment. Its walls were painted black, even blacker than the darkness around us. The fox sniffed around and smelled like her mouth twisted in disgust.
Это здесь.
The worried voice of my companion scared me even more than its horrifying metal box.
Здесь? Я слышу его запах. Может, Вова играет с нами в прятки, и он решил спрятаться внутри?
It felt like I saw smoke from tentacles that split out the garage, searching for something in the wilted leaves. These tentacles slithered along the snowy blanket, getting close to our feet. And there was a scary screeching sound coming from the other side of the black metal gates. Somebody or something desperately waited for us inside. Safe! Knock. I thought that my nervous movement were similar to that of a marionette, dangling in the hands of a puppeteer. I stepped toward the garage, holding my breath. And gave the sheet metal door a small knock with my knuckles. Knock knock. And then jumped back. I heard rusty meat hooks jingle on the thick metal chains, awakening someone huge who crawled to open the black gates. Nothing happened. Ooh, who the fuck is behind? Oh, itu si Alisa ya. My heart was racing. Still nothing. I hesitated to turn my back to the garage. I took a couple of... Whoa! Run! I heard a weak, scared voice resound in my hand. Stumbling all over the place, I still rushed into the night. It was swarming with shadows. I ran behind the crooked trunk of fire and saw that Alisa was by my side. But after the moment I had passed, I realized that the girl was nowhere to be found. The forest was rumbling in ancient chants, squeaking, ticking, and rustling. I froze. I didn't know how much time had passed before I realized that I was standing in complete darkness, in a circle of trees that were shooting up their trunks high into the sky. Everything around me moved, trembled. My ears went numb from all the rustling. The treetops melted into the darkness of the cosmos. The bushes became empty cells, whose occupants were suddenly set free. It felt like Cloud Fang could fly out of that darkness into my stunned face at any moment. I heard the screams somewhere far away.
Anton!
Someone was looking for me, just like that boy who went missing. Tears stung my eyes. A big drop fell from my lashes.
Anton!
Dad! The scream was closer now, and for the moment I even believed that I was about to be saved.
Я здесь!
Holy shit! One of the trees moved. It wasn't Romka, nor was it Piasha. An adult doll with long arms. Many shadows that looked like dogs snuck around behind his back, but those beasts were much longer than Zulka. The forest was dormant no longer. No longer it hid its face behind the fake masks. I stood still like a deer pierced by the lights of an oncoming truck. And the beasts all stared at me. Damn, that's fucking scary, dude. In the semi-dark, without my glasses, I could see very little, but it was still more than enough for me to freeze in terror. A foul smell of animal piss and wet fur enveloped the clearing, when the creepy procession with the giant at its head moved toward me. My legs gave away because of fear and I fell to my knees into the snow. It looked like I was praying to that figure, to the trees, to the darkness. I didn't dare lift my eyes, so when he got close, showering me with his stench, for a moment I thought that his legs were covered in grey fur. I shut my eyes so tight that the red circles started dancing on the sides of my eyelids. I don't want to look, but I could still hear everything. His breath was akin to sandpaper that was scratching at my ears, and voice was deep, hoarse. No, it wasn't a voice. A roar. I fished my grandma's chance out of the pool of my memory.
Мертвая к мертвым, живая к живому, мертвая к...
I got his stench and going in the car. Words could never protect against clouds and fangs. I was helpless. And then I heard a familiar sweet voice nearby.
Ну же, скорей! Попробуй его на вкус!
Не надо!
Something hot slid across my throat like a meaty sticky rope. Someone's tongue.
Я же говорила, хозяин! Это наш зайчик. Позаботься о нем.
Damn, what the fuck is going on? From the narrow embraces of barely lifted eyelids, covered by the trembling fingers, I watched a horrifying silhouette tower over me. I was taking the smell of an animal's composed spits and mouse. In front of me stood a scary horned beast with the presence of a monarch. His posture told me of his electrifying nobleness. His horns supported the clouds and his popped out leucomas pierced my red above eyes with a tawny stare. His hands were full of gifts. Candy fell to the snow, sparkling with his fancy wrappers, silvery packs of chocolate bars and chupa chops streaking out from snowball with a plastic stick. Candy ran at my feet. A doll fell nearby and then it started raining toys, a spinning top, a teddy bear with a torn up nose, red-headed, white on the purple, a tin toy that with a flag, a firefighter and a crop duster plane. The toys were covered in blood, but my imagination was painting them with red spots and crimson leaks under the sun. The horned shadows with of beasts moved over the treasures that once belonged to an unknown kids. Hairy hands reached into surrounding darkness to cut my mangy muddy mask that was haunting me, and forcefully pulled it over my face. The shadows of beasts around us slowly and gradually stood up on their bare legs. And then the light hit my face, shattering the monster's figure in two. I put my hand to protect myself. Flashlight straight slid down.
Антон! Вот ты где! Ты совсем сдурел? Это вообще как понимать?
I was staring at my dad, completely stunned into the space where the monster was just a moment ago. The clearing was enveloped in darkness again, but I could still barely make out of the outline of those and Katie in the snow. And I'm sure if I was pressed to get close to the bushes, I'd find animal prints there.
Язык проглотил? Одноклассники твои к нам пришли. Сказали, ты сбежал от них в лес, в самую чащу и... Что это за дрянь ты напялил?
I pushed myself into my father's chest, engulfed by fear, and he was looking alerted, and spoke in a tone of voice that was much more nervous.
Так, пойдем отсюда скорее. Мать узнает, такой нагоняй нам устроит, мало не покажется.
I reached out for my father, still feeling the chilling embrace of fear. I grabbed his firm hand, felt his quick pulse with my fingertips, then stood up and wobbled along behind my father, following his barely discernible footprints. Back to civilization, back to light, back to the road where my dad parked his car.
Чтобы дома ни слова, ясно? Ни единого намека, где я тебя нашел.
Да, пап.
He was holding my hands as if it was the most precious thing in the world and kept telling me how afraid he is to lose me or Olia. But it wasn't that sticky like animal tongue fear. His fear was noble, crystal clear diamond, and just not in replay and kept moving my feet. And then I heard a familiar voice coming from behind me.
Помни, пока ты со мной, никто тебя здесь не тронет.
Damn! The car sped towards our house. Oh my god, garasinya masih ada di situ dong. I pressed my cheek against the window and saw a short building among the trees, a shack darker than the night. The garage that was hidden inside the thicket, a crypt made of metal. It almost felt like it was following us. A moment passed and the building disappeared around the corner. I gulped down my dollar. And the white snowflakes just kept dancing in the starry sky. Mom was going down the stairs, pressing that with her treadmill Claire. Her face showed something between wrath and condensation. Suddenly, her gaze shifted to me and stayed for a dangerously long time.
Так, я не поняла. Антон, а где очки?
Да в школе поди забыл, простофиля.
A venomous pause followed.
Весь в тебя.
Did Claire and Mom and a mischievous wink at me, making me ordeal.
Ну ничего, есть же запасные. Проживем как-нибудь.
My parents stood in silence a bit longer and then both went to mend their misses. Olya threw herself into my arms before I could even take off my coat. Little sister! I saw a fox! Surprised again to a shotgun blast. I could only flap my lips in reply. Aww, kawaii! No! My mom let it fall from her hands. Her face was pale and her eyes were glued to the ground. This pause, just a split second, felt like an eternity. Then my mom spoke with disappointment.
Правда, правда! Такая пушистая! Она у забора стояла на задних лапах, совсем как человек. Она меня позвала, а тут мама вышла, и лиса убежала.
Не было там никакой лисы. Не выдумывай.
Не подходи к ней.
If it was necessary, I was ready to shake my sister as if she was doll made of cloth.
Ты чего, Тоша?
Не подходи, слышишь?
Mom entered the hallway and gave me a surprised look. I hesitated.
Ну, лиса ведь укусить может.
I imagined my Alisa, liberated, carnivorous, running through the night forest with a dangling sack in her hands.
Это ж была не настоящая лиса. Расскажи ему, Оль.
Она на двух ногах ходила, а еще была в платье одета. Только она была взаправду.
Видишь?
And Mom showed us a sad smile as if it was the only explanation needed. I also forced myself to smile. My smile was like a thin piece of soap right before it dissolves completely on your palm. But when I was left alone with my sister, I whispered.
Еще раз увидишь ее, беги.
Thoughts of the forest beast bombarded me like a rain of candy and toys. There was a hairy silhouette standing in front of me, towering over the treetops. Who was he? What happened in the forest? What's happening to me? I shut my eyes and threw the vitamins in my mouth, washed them down with water. Please stop driving me mad, please. I barely managed to force myself to do homework, but those math problems just refused to be solved. Numbers in my notebook stumbled around and mixed in a whirling dance, sometimes running over the lines. My head became heavy from that pandemonium and I almost dropped it into the chain of numbers. My eyelids felt like there were tiny twigs tied to them, the type used in grocery stores. At the right moment, I surrendered and closed my notebook. The memories of my days started flashing before my eyes. It was in the middle of the stuffy school corridor. I could see the literature classroom from here. The faces of dead classical writers on their portraits, the prim and legal pose of our home teacher Lilia Pavlovna. And around that corner was her daughter Katya, a snitch and a gossip, eagerly waiting for me.
Эй, новенький, новенький.
Tiba-tiba jadi cute gitu ya.
Чего тебе, Кать?
She got on her tiptoes and started swaying while hiding her hands behind her back, and then asked me with a fake smile on her face.
Скажи, пожалуйста, а чего это тебя к нам перевели, а?
So imut banget sialan. I might have told the truth about this to Paulina, but Katja will sell it on the market of 3 popiahes. It will be the same as printing all my thoughts and hanging them in a famous picture for everyone to see. Sorry for the ones I know by heart.
Это все из-за моих родителей. У папы тут новая работа, а мама...
Да, конечно. Он нас тут совсем за дурачков держит. Я вот слыхала, что это все из-за его отца. Он недавно кому-то крутому дорогу перешел, и теперь они всей своей семейкой в нашем захолустье скрываются.
Неправда! Ты все врешь!
А слышали, как он бабулина просто так стукнул? Это каким надо быть уродом, чтобы в первый же день так над одноклассником измываться?
Прекрати! Ты же знаешь, он первый начал!
И будто этого мало. Ходят слухи, что он спутался с ворюгами из шайки Ромки Пятифана. Ой, девочки, сумки проверяйте. Того и гляди, в гардеробе вещи начнут пропадать. Будем знать, это Петров с дружками постарался. Да-да-да.
Замолчи! Заткнись!
Вон как раскричался-то, будто ужаленный. А зрачки какие широкие. Опять чего доброго с катушек слетит и руки распускать начнет. Не зря же его мать с таблетками пичкает.
I just stood there in confusion, trying to invent and to understand how she found out about my medicine. And what scared me even more was the possibility that her nonsense had some truth mixed in.
Да-да. Он такой же ненормальный, как и его сестрица. Представляете, к этой сумасшедшей дурочке каждую ночь прилетает сова ростом с человека. Только что-то ее никто из здоровых людей не видел. А этот наивный простак ей верит. Нет, ну вы представляете?
And then I caught a single kind look from the smirking crowd.
Это правда, Антон? Неужели действительно тебе не здоровится?
Полина, послушай меня!
Как же? Не слушай этого болтуна, Полиночка.
Полиночка.
Ты еще не знаешь. Он тебя на другую променял. Не из нашей школы. На Алису. Нет! Почему она, Антон? Почему?
What? Ah, come on, girl. We're not even dating, okay? Shut the fuck up. I couldn't understand her reaction, but I still rushed to Polina's side before getting so violently by Katja.
Убери от нее свои лапы, чудовище!
Rage was building up under the veil of my fear. It slowly rose from the cloudy mist. I felt my upper lip creep up, showing my teeth.
То, что твой отец бьет мать, еще не дает тебе права поднимать руку на девушку! Слетел-таки! Слетел! Спасите! Помогите! Петров с катушек слетел!
At the same moment, the crowd around her became louder. It started whistling and roaring. And growing. The subtle silhouette, my skull must become larger, wider, where it shot upward toward the ceiling. Turned into a giant black forest, chock full of toothy face. I shrunk into a tiny ball of fur and started shaking in fear for the might of unclear written trunks that belonged to either trees or humans. It was impossible to tell.
Вот ты и показал свое
So you
животное
finally
нутро.
shown your animal nature. Ah, ini kan. Makanya kan kayak apa ya? Topeng-topeng tadi itu mewakili ininya.
Трус!
Katja's face was twisted with jubilation and ecstasy. Polinaska!
Почему она? Чем она лучше меня?
She's kinda cute. Polina screamed while chuckling on her tears.
Он!
He is just...
Животное! Чужак!
A scary flapping of wings come from the forest. A pair of giant white ears descended somewhere from across, and I dug myself into them. I jumped, almost falling out of the bed. Damn, he looks like Jack Frost though. Apparently, I was rushing around hours of sweat-soaked tweets. All the scream pulled me out, set me free from the tackles of fear.
Антон! Пожалуйста! Вставай! Вставай!
It took my eyes well to focus on the silhouette near the window. All I saw was my health was out of sight. Oh, jangan-jangan dia di luar. Oh my god, jangan-jangan Olia di luar lagi terbang, diangkat sama itu tadi. Atau jangan-jangan ini tipuan. My sisters, as distraught as ever, just keep repeating the same praise.
Сова! Сова! Пожалуйста! Я боюсь!
Oh my god.
Оля, я сейчас. Хочешь, я тебе Мурзилку почитаю? Подожди.
Антон! Пожалуйста, посмотри!
My sister was just a blurry spot. Oh no, boy, you get a getting bamboozled. I took a sudden step forward.
Оль, что там?
What's there?
Что-то случилось? Ты хочешь, чтобы я открыл шторы?
Нет, не надо! Там же сова!
The voice was coming from behind. Holy shit! I turned around from the froze from terror. Teary-eyed Olia stood in the doorway.
С кем?
Who?
С кем ты разговаривал, братик?
Oh my god, who the fuck is that guy in the... Holy shit! Oh! Oh no! Ih, ngeri cuy, anjing apaan itu di pojokan? What? She stared at me with eyes that were red from crying, with her hands wrapped on her shoulders. Her voice was nervous as she was afraid to hear my answers.
Я разговаривал с тобой. С тем, кто притворился тобой.
The latch outside my window scraped ominously, and if something huge was sitting on top of it. And the thing that pretended to be Olga started spreading, changing shape, go to scary heights under the light of the carnivorous moon. Holy shit. The force didn't belong to my sister anymore. The thing that was hiding behind my curtains got tired of pretending, making me look like a fool. I pinched myself as hard as I could, hoping that the silhouette near the window was just a continuation of my nightmare, a hallucination brought upon by the cursed house and Thurston Bright today. The silhouette was towering before me under the veil of mist. I heard all the shrill scream and someone had knocked in the window.
Она пришла за нами!
As if there existed knocks where I could hide from this terror. Knock knock. The sound was sharp, metallic. The lamp started shimmering, then it suddenly lighted the hole and went out like a candle under the strong wind. The filament inside it snapped with a ringing sound. Sheesh. The darkness that was waiting for the exact moment poured from all the angles and enveloped me. There was only this window left in the whole universe. Moonlight poured through it, painting everything the color of bones that were exhumed from a crypt. Olya had started to press himself onto my back, seeking protection. And then, an eye, burning with the carnivorous fire, stared at us from the window. No, it wasn't trying to break the window, it was toying with us. I just kept knocking, driving us mad. As if a giant clock was measuring the time left for us, its pendulum swinging above the abyss. Mang semangat, stres.
Пошла прочь!
Damn, okay, that's kinda scary, holy shit. I could barely make out of bare wings that spread out above the black spot.
Скажи ей, Антон! Скажи, что я больше не буду себя плохо вести! Никогда! Только пусть она уйдет! Пожалуйста!
The moonlight slowly disappeared and the room descended into darkness. We couldn't see the burning eye anymore. I swallowed the stingy lump that was stuck in my throat. I stepped toward the curtains and entranced by the call of this disfigured guest.
Не буду, не буду, не буду, не буду!
The black widow was creeping closer, curtains rustled. I reached out to move the dim aside so I could look my fear in the eye. At that moment, I heard noise coming from our parents' bedroom. Gak ada apa-apa bung di luar, though there was something shining on the ledge, among the scattered feathers. Oh, kacamataku. Lah, berarti si ini hilang dong. Si siapa? Semyon hilang dong. Diculik dong. Anak yang gendut tadi. Oh my god. Holy shit, let's go. The one that Semyon took from me. How did they get here? Was that a gift from the curling night? Did that already bring them here? I looked at the front yard, the foreboding clearing at the toothy forest. Not a soul, not a trace of a long night like gas. Only the old lamppost, streaming like a lone watchman among the snowy desert. The dry window frame creaked. I tore away the insulting tape instead of good newspapers. Opened the window with a big trouble. Frost pinned me with its needles to find things on my walls more from the draft. I touched my glasses so they were met in my hands, but they were real. My brain was scrambling for an explanation. Simon and his gang just pulled prank on me. That was it. That's it. A split red blanket was glittering under the street lamp just outside our yard. If anybody was to get close to the house, to climb the pipe to the latch of my window, they would surely leave footprints, but there were none. I cautiously took my glasses. My wrist was still intact. Nobody pulled me in the darkness, full of restless breathing.
Вы почему не спите?
I swiped from surprise and almost fell from the window.
Совсем сдурели? Жарко, что ли? Не болели давно?
Там сова была! Тоша ее прогнал!
А ну-ка марш спать к себе в комнату! А с тобой...
In the end, she was just waved her hands and took Olya by the shoulder and left, throwing gloomy words my way.
Завтра поговорим.
Oh, come on. I don't want to talk to you tomorrow. I want to sleep. I managed to get the frame back in place with a couple of hits. Pressed it in the latches with all the strength my fingers could muster. The cold left the room, but the fear was still present. I placed my glasses on my nose and started studying my reflection on the window. It didn't look like a face, more like a death mask, just like the one worn by the boy from the notice board. That night, I was on edge of joining him there. A black and white face was staring at me through the clearing between student heads. Semyon Baburin, ya kan, beneran kan? And it wasn't Fova. His face was right beside it. I recognized the fat cheeks, the damaged skin. Semyon. Baburin's photo was printed out and placed under the glass like an exhibition piece. Episode 3. On the end, the wolf's grave for will stand. The warm farewell from kind Bessa shuddered at the back of plain some encode inside my head.
Горло тебе перережу, слышишь? Свинья!
Was Romka serious about his threats? Would he chase his former friend deep into the forest and then what? Kill him just like that? No, that can't be right. I hurried up my glasses. The glasses! Semyon was clutching them in his face while trying to escape the barrage of kicks and slaps from his pants. Former friends by now. In just a couple of hours, his lost item was lying in the ledge of my window. It was hard to imagine that Shoma suddenly got guilty conscience and returned my class in such a strange way. I was shocked but kept walking toward the classroom, accompanied by nasty whisper all around me. That photo still stood before my eyes. Semyon has gone missing. Semyon is gone. His fat fingers will never get to my throat. His signet ring won't smash into my chin. He'll never humiliate me again. Was that what I wished for? On the other hand, I really wish Semyon to become a murky stain on the notice board. He was still someone's son or a grandson, and he went through the same struggle as me. Did I really wish for my unseen companion to dispatch him in such a brutal fashion? I didn't know the answer, or I was just scared of it. Nonetheless, school still had something nice about it. Paulina, the girl with violin, was like a mountain spring, like well water that gulp you down, pressing your lips against the sink or the ring of a bucket, and cannot even get through. What if I make her one of the characters in the story I'll draw? The protagonist will save her from terrifying monsters. As soon as I thought from the monsters, the bunch of my classmates slid down the trail, smirking like the semapore from the alien. I immediately felt larvae of fear writhe in my stomach. Didn't want to cross paths with Romka and Bias after what happened yesterday, especially since Semyon went missing. I entered the classroom and went toward the last row. All of the chatter suddenly died down, so I walked there in complete silence. It felt like my classmates pushed and poked me with their stares. They carefully observed my every move. I stared at the desk with a huge pile of library textbooks on top of my face clenched. It felt like I was the one who disappeared in that snowy forest, and my desk was finally used for something worthwhile. Semyon's empty chair stood in front of me. The chair that once belonged to Vova was gathering dust somewhere in another classroom. Can I press anything? Okay. Save. After a moment of hesitation, I sat down at the Babourin's desk, the place where I was supposed to be assigned by Liliapo at first. The chatter resumed as if someone just unpaused a movie.
Бабушка Бабурина такой кипиш устроила, когда он домой не явился. Сначала в школу прибежала, потом ментов вызвала. Да-да-да.
Girls from the second row also leaned in. She said something with them too. Whispers, nods. I wanted to defend myself and shout, "Guys, listen, I'm innocent." Romka gave me a heavy worried look. He was probably stunned by Semyon's disappearance as everybody else, but then he directly stared straight at my face. But it was also possible he'd get out just like everyone else. Then Romka shifted his eyebrows in suspicion and started Katya as if remembering that he didn't believe her words she said. I wanted to believe that Romka would take my side. And Biasa sat proud in his chair with his chin pressed against the table too. But they were silent. A terrifying thought flashed in my eye, and that Stu could easily betray me, push me off the cliff, just like they did with Semyon. As if looking for protection, I clutched the ruler into my hand hard.
Не надо быть Коломбо, чтобы догадаться.
You don't have the Columbo, okay? What is Columbo? Oh, okay. Детектив, yeah.
Кто на Бабурина зуб имел? Кто его вчера ударил? Поиздевался, а после...
The metal ruler fell out of my thick finger. I hit the floor with a jiggle, and that made the other kids shudder. Katya bit her tongue and turned my sister. Chairs scraped against the floor. My classmates moved away from me, closer to the exit, towards the teacher's desk. I was not the only one to catch wind of that change. Romka and Bess looked around and then wished in content. It's good that they were clearly on my side.
Да прикуси ты! Бабурин, небось, с бабкой посрался и дымил. Скоро найдется.
Найдется, ага. Во враге, со вспоротым брюхом.
I gulped. Oh shit. I evidenced him on a snowy blanket, his face with like a fish belly split down the middle by the crevice of his mouth. Snowflakes falling into his glassy eyes and filled up his throat. See, I could almost hear his condescending tone. It's all your fault. Okay. Harusnya aku berhentiin di bagian tadi, tapi karena aku kasihkan baca jadi malah keterusan. But yeah, I think that's all for today. Oke, kita udah sampai di episode 3. Dan episode 3 ini episode yang paling baru dari seri Tiny Bunny. Jadi mereka itu ngerilisnya itu nggak sampai kelar. Jadi kayak episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. Dan ini episode 3 baru muncul sekitar awal Januari kemarin. Atau akhir Desember ya. Akhir Desember kayaknya. dan kayaknya ini bakal sampai 1,5 jam lah ya buat ini buat dikelarin. Jadi mungkin part 3 mungkin aku pengennya sih banyak orang yang nonton sih biar mereka juga tahu bahwa ada cerita visual novel gitu yang bagus, yang enak enak diikutin gitu. Karena game ini overall dari grafiknya, dari semuanya tuh bagus banget, keren. Jadi mungkin kayaknya di part 3 nanti aku bakal mulai sekitar jam 8 malam atau mungkin jam 9 malam, atau mungkin jam 10 malam biar seenggaknya lebih rame lah. Jadi mungkin ntar malam aku bakal lanjutin lagi. So ya, makasih buat semua yang udah nonton, nonton dari awal sampai akhir. Yang mau istirahat silakan istirahat, yang mau makan silakan makan. Hai, itsumo dori ne. 見ててくれてありがとうございました。また別の機会でまた会いましょう。では、お疲れ様でした。バイバイ。Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. See you next stream. Bye bye. Otsukare, otsuta. Yeay. Udah gitu aja sih. Ya, jaga kesehatan ya. Buat yang udah datang malam ini. Walaupun cuma mampir bentar. Oke, bye bye. Otsukare. I'll see you tonight, I guess. Bye bye.
Will somebody get me? I'm positive nobody will do if I fall. If I fall, will somebody get me? I'm positive nobody will do if I fall. If I fall. If I If I fall, will somebody get me? I'm positive nobody will do